welcome to this episode. We are going to be learning how you can reach your first 100 subscribers on YouTube.
So we are super excited to have a guest join us in this episode. So this person has been doing YouTube for over 4 years, has 2.3 thousand subscribers, does vlogs, lifestyles, beauty videos, as well as music. And we have collabed with her in the past, and she is seriously the most supportive and kind person out there. So thank you, Ali, for joining us.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So if you don't know her already, we're going to have all her details up on YouTube. I will tag her as well on Instagram, but definitely go check out her channel, Ali Lamb. So we appreciate you being here.
Yes, it's great to have you in this episode. So firstly, this is something we want to ask everyone who is a guest on our podcast. So why did you start posting on YouTube? What was the inspiration behind it?
Okay, so I actually got into watching YouTube with David Dobrik. I know,
Oh, okay.
classic, everyone watches him. Didn't want to make videos like him, but that's where I started watching it. And my friend got me obsessed, and then I started exploring other YouTubers, and that's when I sort of found wait, I want to kind of do this, and then I just sort of started filming. The videos are terrible; they're so cringe, but got to start somewhere.
I actually think that's something so good to mention, and that is people starting out and while you're still getting your first subscribers, your videos are not going to be as good as it can be. Once you start filming and practicing, once you've done 100 videos, you're going to look back to the first one. And even if you started off pretty well, it's not going to be your best. And so I think that's good you mentioned it, because obviously now you can definitely see improvement in your videos. I really enjoy watching your videos, and they're done super well. So
Thank you.
So you started YouTube a few years ago, and I think you reached 100 subscribers pretty quickly. Do you remember how it was to reach your first first 100 subscribers and what you did to get there?
Yeah, okay. So I actually didn't reach 100 quite quickly.
Okay.
It took me, I think, a year and a half. And
okay.
yeah, that's because I wasn't posting a lot. I was posting maybe once every 3 months. It was very spread out. And I feel like to gain your first 100, you really need to post regularly, at least once a week, because you need to get that
makes
presence
sense.
out there.
Yeah, so this is where social media stalking is going wrong, because we saw your last video and then when you got 100, but I think that's good as well, because for us, it definitely took a while as well. But I remember when I reached it. I don't know if Talissa was in the videos already, but it was definitely a celebration.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's a
I
really
feel like
exciting milestone when you get the first 100.
the first 100 is so exciting. I was running around the
Yeah, I think that's how we were as well. So in terms of how would you recommend someone getting started to get their first 100? What's something that either you did when you started posting more regularly, or something that you still do now to keep growing?
There's quite a few things. I don't know. I definitely think stick to what you're passionate about, because if you're not passionate about
Okay.
something that you're filming, it's going to come through and it's going to be quite boring probably for someone to watch. And then also, yeah, uploading regularly, as I mentioned before. And even you don't have to have a fancy camera to start. You can film on your phone. Phones are so good these days. Technology.
Yes, exactly. That's definitely how we started as well. And phones, I still use them. They're so good.
They are.
And I think what's really important as well that you said there is you have to be passionate and interested in the topic, because it can take a little while to reach goals. So, for example, in today's episode, we're talking about the first 100, and hopefully you reach that pretty quickly. But if you do, there's the next one, 1,000. How do you get money from that? And so, unless you're enjoying what you're doing, it's going to be very painful to the in-between step.
Yeah, the in-between is definitely not fun if you don't like what you're doing.
And so I think one of the things that Talissa and I were talking about before is, and I wanted to hear your opinion as well, and that is for the first 100, which I think is different to growing later on, is you have to tell people that you don't have to, but it's useful to tell people that if you're still at school, tell your colleagues or tell family or tell people that you trust. I think that might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't know. I just feel like to get that traction going and that at the start, because even when you first create your channel, it doesn't really list until you post 1 or 2 videos. You can't even find it if you search by your name. So it's really, personally, I found it really useful to reach out to people I knew or were talking to at that time and tell them that I had that channel. Did you do that, or was that something you were uncomfortable with?
So at the very start, yeah, I didn't do that. But I definitely
Yeah.
think, and like I sort of regret not doing that straight on, because like all my friends are very
Mm,
supportive. It is controversial social media, so like you can get two sides, but I was really lucky
yes.
that all my friends and family have been really supportive of it. So like even my mum, she'll go up to random people in the street and say, "Oh my god, my daughter's a YouTuber. You should go watch her, Ali Lamb. Go check her out." And I'm like, "Oh my god, mum, stop."
That is
Uh,
so good though. Like your mom's helping you out with word of mouth.
Oh yeah, she's great.
no, that's perfect. I think that's how our mum is as well. And we've definitely gotten followers through that. So I think it's really funny. One of those things is don't be afraid of asking people to subscribe. Even in videos, I saw that, obviously you do that now. And we were watching some of your older content. And even a while back, you started asking people, like, subscribe if you enjoyed this or whatever it is. And it's interesting because unless you ask people, most of the time they're not really going to do it. They're not going to think about it. It's not going to click like, oh, I should hit the subscribe button or I should hit the like button. So I think that's something important to note. Like, it can be embarrassing, I guess, if you're getting started to act like you're an influencer and say those things.
Yeah.
But you definitely need to at least ask because you don't know what's going to happen. Like you said, your mom's asking like strangers and everything like that. And maybe one of these people will subscribe, but you don't know if you don't ask.
Yeah, definitely. Asking is really a good way to get out there.
It's a cliche in each video. Like and subscribe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. that's why
Remind
that's why
everyone.
people do it. If you ever
Yeah.
wonder, we know it can be annoying, but a lot of people don't subscribe and watch videos, so that's why you have to keep saying it. And the other thing is as well, in lines with that, is in terms of social media. Most people do have a social media account already, and so that's another way of telling people. Personally, I found that talking to someone like a few months ago, and someone I hadn't talked to for years, and she actually said like, oh, I've been watching your videos every single week. And I was like, did not expect that, because once you post on social media, you might have contacts, talk regularly, but you don't know who out of these people will actually might enjoy your content or who would support you. So I think that's interesting. And how do you feel about social media? I know you have like your Instagram and TikTok. Do you promote your things there as well, or?
Yeah, so like I promote sort of everything on every channel. I have a Twitter, but like no one really goes on that. Those different platforms to like, because one may get more followers than the other, which then you can like not drag, because that sounds weird, bring across followers to your other platforms
Yes.
Right.
and like just build it up. So I definitely think having more than just YouTube, like especially Instagram, because Instagram's really popular. Hard to grow, but it's popular.
I'd like to know how your experience with it has been. So for us, we started growing more on TikTok. And that's been good, but it has been hard to bring people to YouTube. But at the same time, we've brought like one or two people from TikTok and, introduced them to our YouTube channel. And those people are super supportive and, watch like every video. So even if it takes like every 1,000 followers, it's definitely worth it for that one, because it's free to post on like TikTok. It's quick. And so that's what I found. But do you find that how do you convert people from one platform to the other?
Yeah, it's definitely hard. Like, as the phrase is, every dollar counts. So we change it to every subscriber counts.
Yes,
Yes.
true.
But like every single subscriber is important because like you're performing. No, you're making content for that one person as well as like all your other people. So you want to keep them there as well as adding. I think I kind of went off topic just then, but
No, but I think that's a good point anyway to bring up.
yeah.
So it's definitely important.
I definitely, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard bringing people across. I just try and promote my channel through these other platforms every now and then and just hope someone will stumble across my YouTube through it. But
No, but it's a good recommendation if someone's starting out for them to post on their existing accounts, whether it's Instagram or TikTok. I think another thing as well, if someone is starting their YouTube channel, is actually setting up the page. And I guess when we started, we wanted to make sure that we had like a profile picture, banner, we wrote the bio and thumbnails. Because I found that there are some YouTube channels that I go to that when I watch the video, I might enjoy the video, but they don't really have anything in the description, or if I go in their bio, I can't really find anything about them. So I have no idea what they're going to be posting, especially if you only have one or two videos out there. I guess it might be important to write in your bio what people can expect. Have any recommendations about someone who's starting out, what they should include on the YouTube?
Yeah, I definitely think it's important to have like a good bio that like describes who you are, what you stand for, like what your channel's about. Also important, I know even if you're just starting out, you probably won't need it for a while, but it's important to have your email address there so then when you start doing like brand collabs, they can find you easier. And then
Oh, that's a
also
good one.
when you're really starting out, if you don't want to like put so much information in a bio, having like a get to know me sort of startup video would be really beneficial as well, because then if anyone wants to learn more they can go to that video. But it is really important to have stuff in your description because then it's like easier for people to understand for future videos what they're
Right.
going towards and
Right, yeah,
subscribing.
that's a good idea
Yeah.
because I guess people don't want to subscribe if they have no idea who you are or what you're going to be posting about.
It's a really good tip for anyone listening, and that is have a video, like you said, that's talking about you. If it's a kind of Q&A where you've made up the questions or it's just a description, because I find that with those types of videos, they don't always do as well in terms of number of views or ranking, but they're super useful for the subscribers or for the people who are first starting to watch your videos, because then they watch they find your channel through other videos and then go back and try and find more about you to create a connection. So I think that's how you build connections, is letting people know a little about you. It doesn't have to be super personal, but I think that's a really good tip, then having that video available and then people can start to form a bond with you. And I think that's what makes someone keep coming back as well.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I have a
Mhm.
quick note. Another thing that
Of
helps
course.
as well is just being very present in like the similar communities to yours. So like when you watch a video, actually like leave a nice comment. Not like everyone come subscribe to me. Don't do that. That's very annoying. But like having a
Yes.
comment like, oh my god, this video was amazing, because then people will read through the comments and see it, and then like they can go to your channel because they think it might be similar to the video that they just watched, which it might be. That was another really good way.
True. I think that's how I found you. I
Mm.
think so everyone
Yeah.
listening does work.
Yeah,
You can
building
make
that
some really
online
great
community
friends.
is really cool.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think one of the last things that I wanted to bring up, and that is, so when you're first starting out, probably the first things you want to do is just get your name out there. The first 100 is a bit tricky to get. After that, growing is slightly different, and you want to work on ranking and making sure that your videos are very visible. And one thing I saw that you did quite a while back is that you did a copying Sabrina Carpenter's Instagram account. And I thought that was really smart, because that is using like a celebrity's name in a way that's relevant to you. It was relevant to your content, but it does like bring people in. We've done that as well in terms of reacting to like Meryl Twins. I try not to
Cringe.
cringe video, yes. And it's interesting because we still get views for that, and it's from people that we like in our channel. Like that's our audience that we would like. So I wanted to ask you, if have you seen any trends in your videos and seen what kind of videos trend well or do well?
Definitely the yoga challenges. They are like my
Yeah.
top performing videos, and I can see why they're quite comedic.
Yes.
Because everyone I've done them with, and even myself, not flexible whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. Um, and they're also really fun to film. And then like there's the Bali hole. I don't know why that blew up though. I did well. And then there was like a video I filmed like years ago. It was stuck on 30 views, and it was like naturally lightening my hair. And I tried like 3 different methods in the one video in the one day, which was really stupid because how are you going to see 3 different results in one day? Anyway, but now that's got over 1,000 views, and I'm like, wow, it went from 30 views
Oh,
for
that's
like
cool.
Wow.
not 5 years, like 3 years, and now it's at 1,000 within 1 year. Like
Wow.
it
That's
just shows you
amazing.
that
It's
something
really
can really
quick.
blow up, even if it doesn't blow up at the start.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
don't delete your first few videos. Leave it,
Yeah,
because someone might start to take off and everything like that. I think you mentioned the Bali one. Is that correct? As
yeah,
in like the destination. I think those sometimes are really good to rank as well. We've done our vlogs in Adelaide did well as well, because I
yeah,
think when people are looking to go somewhere, they search it up. And so if you have a video, so that's a tip as well. If it's related to your content, important thing is it related to what you're doing. So
yeah.
otherwise, that's when like kind of hate comments come up, or people start disliking the video, is if it's not related. I know we've had videos that kind of blew up. We were doing like a Star Wars reaction,
And we knew nothing about Star
and that
Wars.
was supposed to be the point. It's supposed to be
Yes.
funny.
But
Yeah,
I think we brought in like Star Wars fans who I guess, did not enjoy the content of,
Yep.
listening to people who had no idea what they were talking about. So I think now, we always try to make the content relevant to bring in the right people.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that we've talked a lot of different ways to get views, or at least how to get started. So I do want to go around and ask for, just to sum it up, what is one recommendation?
Key takeaway is to just tell everyone about it, just promote it and get the word out there to start growing your channel.
I will say then, try and look at videos that other channels that you like and follow are doing. See which ones are doing well, are trending, and see if they're relevant to you, and then post about that. Otherwise, use names of, video games or celebrities that might be relevant, and do something that's relatable to your content. And Ali, have we given you enough time to think of one?
You've given us so much great advice
Yeah,
today.
Um,
So if they're like the one key takeaway.
Yeah, sorry. I would definitely just say keep posting what like you're passionate about. And if you feel like you're starting to lose passion, maybe take a little break and then go back to it, because if you love doing what you're doing, you should stick to it.
Yes,
I love that.
perfect. Great way to end it. And I do want to say, for everyone listening, firstly, thank you, Ali, for coming on here and talking with us. Please, everyone, go look at her channel because she has awesome content out there. She's super talented. So go look for Ali Lamb on YouTube, as well as on Instagram. It's Ali_Lamb_. And I think TikTok is pretty
Thank you
similar
so much
without the
for
final
having me.
underscore. No, all good. We really appreciate having you on here. And good luck as well with your YouTube journey. You've gotten already 100, you've gotten your 1,000, and 10,000 next.
Yep.
And to everyone here as well. So don't forget to follow this podcast for more episodes and more tips, as well as more guests coming on here to share their experience.
Thanks for listening today and good luck reaching your first 100 subscribers.